Okay, as a government gang stalking target from North Carolina said, the only way we can try to expose government gang stalking is by taking pictures. So what I'm going to show you now is me trying to put a copy of the YouTube video that I just made, which exposed noise harassment, or the pattern of noise harassment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put a copy of that video in my external hard drive, and I'll let you look at see how I do that. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so I just want to show you. This is the video that I want to put in my external hard drive. This one. Okay, so I'm going to go. This is how I do it. Now I'm not a computer expert by any means, so I do this in my own way. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this with today's date. So let's do that. Today's date is November 5th, oh, excuse me, 5th, 2025. All right, so I've named that. All right, now, normally what I would do is I would click, and that would get permanent. But as you see, I'm being obstructed. I'm getting a spinning wheel. So I can't make that file, that name of the file, permanent. Now what I would do after that is I would create a new folder, a November folder, because I'm just starting to put November videos and different things into my external hard drive. So I would drag that to the external hard drive and it would be there. That's all I would have to do. However, it wouldn't let me do that. Now, as you see, the name isn't there, so I've got to do it again. All right, so this is what they do to my computer. This is part of the unremitting harassment. Okay, so let's go to November. I want to name this file, because if I just put root, I'm not going to be able to find it when I want it. All right, 25. All right, now when I click, that should make that permanent. It's not making it permanent. All right, so this is the obstruction that I'm facing when I try to put the file into a folder named November and then into my external hard drive just to have a copy. So I can't do that. They're not letting me do it. All right, so what do? All right, let's call Cox, because I am on Cox is my internet provider, and I'll ask them to help me to do that. So I'm going to open up my book that has the telephone number that I call to call Cox. Okay, now it says the file or folder does not exist. I just showed you that it does exist. So this is how they obstruct me. They've got, in other words, malware on my computer. And I could go buy another computer, and by the second day, it would be filled with malware, and they would obstruct me on my computer, because that's what they do in government gang stalking. In other words, I'm not only harassed with noise, with mobbing, with physical harassment. The house next to me is empty, and that's very strange in this climate where you can get so much rent for things. You know, I find that strange, and I do find it. I just want to remind you that the police of Stockton, California, when they wanted to harass the city manager of Stockton, California, bought the house next to him. All right, so having the house next to the target allows you to physically harass. It allows you to harm the target, or in the case of the police of Stockton, California, to harass the city manager with noise. So this is what government gang stalkers do. This is what your government does. This is what the U.S. government does. It not only physically surveils people, unremittingly harasses people, physically harms people, it interferes with your First Amendment rights. It takes over your computer so that you can't do, all I want to do is put a copy of the video that I just made exposing government gang stalking into my external hard drive. If I kept it on my computer, it would disappear. All right, so now I'm going to try to call Cox to help me, tech support. So I'm just going to put my camera over there, and then I've got to look into the viewfinder, and I've got to make sure. Now, you'll notice that I have my phone on a cart and my modem on a cart. And the reason is that I had to move it across to the other side of the room because of the fact that I got very high EMF ratings from my modem. So if I sat at the desk where I had it next to my modem, I would be exposed to very high EMF radiation. And so what I did was to put my laptop on the other side of the room, and I have it hardwired. I've always had my computer hardwired because I'm kind of a safety conscious person, right? So I'm just gonna fix it so you can see the phone. You see wires all over the place because I've got everything hardwired. All right, here is my phone. I have a, I do not like digital kinds of things, so I've got one of those old-fashioned phones. All right, let's go over here. Just put it a little closer. I want you to see the keyboard. All right. Okay, so I am going to call Cox Tech Support so they can help me put that file in my external hard drive. All right, so let's get the telephone number. All right, let's okay, the phone is ringing. All right, I'm listening to the script that they're reading me. I have to press 1 to show them that that's the phone number associated with my account. Now he just said, let's try that again. All right, so in other words, my keypad doesn't work. So not only did they install malware on my computer, can't use that, I can't get tech support. All right, so I'm gonna press 1, that's the phone number associated with my account. I have an account with Cox, so I'm pressing 1.
If you have a recent or active account with Cox, press 1. Otherwise, press 2.
All right, so I just tried to make you hear, I don't know if you could hear it, but it said, let's try that again. So my keypad doesn't work. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hang up. My keypad doesn't work, so that I can't call Cox. So what have the gang stalkers done? This is your government. What they do to people like me. What did they do? A, they won't let me use my computer to put the video, the whistleblower video that I just made on YouTube, into an external hard drive. If I keep it just in my computer, they'll delete it. My keypad doesn't work. Like when you call Cox for tech support, they ask you all kinds of questions. Is this the telephone number to your account? Press 1 if it is. When I press 1, they said, you know, as if I'm not responding. I am responding, but the keypad on my phone doesn't work. Now, eventually I could use my cell phone, which I never use because I am not that kind of person. I'm 76. I don't like to use my cell phone. I use that for emergencies. I like to use my landline phone, but I can't because the keypad doesn't work. So I'll have to call Cox to tell them that my keypad doesn't work, and I'll tell them that I had a hard time I can't get tech support. All right, so I'm just letting you see what a government gang stalking target goes through when your government gang stalks you. My government is mobbing me. They unremittingly harass me. I believe they are physically harming me. I have tinnitus, which is what the Havana syndrome people had, and I started getting all these things in mid-2024. Before then, I never thought that gang stalking targets were physically harmed, but as of then, I started to experience physical harm. And so, can't use my keypad, can't call tech support. This is Bonnie Calcagno signing off, government gang stalking target, your government preventing the exercise of everything doing whatever they want. Kash Patel doesn't care. Congress doesn't care. Your representative doesn't care. You make videos and they just get revenge. We've got to do something about this. I can't do it alone, but I will try. I will continue to try. You have to help. You have to ask Congress, why are you allowing government gang stalking to continue? You can go to my website, stopgangstalkingplease2.com. Now, at one point, they kind of wiped my August page clean, and I had to recreate it, because this is our government. They can do whatever they want. They can stop you from using your phone. They can put all kinds of malware on your computer. They can have an American Stasi and let police gang stalk you, firemen gang stalk you, security guards gang stalk you, EMS gang stalk you, ambulance drivers gang stalk you. We have an American Stasi here in America. They are abusing power, and they are doing it because of the state secrets doctrine allows them to do it. Thank God for News Nation, because they are showing you that, you know, how can you tell what a person is going to do today? Look what they've done in the past. They are showing you what the U.S. government has done in the past, how they have poisoned people with plutonium to test their weapons. They are doing that and more today.